Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the gravitation topic. In that gravitation topic, we were discussing about the acceleration due to gravity. In the same manner, we discussed about the different types of acceleration forces which is acting on the moon as well as on the earth. So there will be difference between the gravitational force which is acting on the earth as well as the moon. Because of that difference, we are going to see about the difference in the weights on the moon as well as on the earth. So in the last class we discussed about the mass and the weight. So mass is the property which doesn't going to change, whereas weight, which is an gravitational force which is acting towards the object, towards the earth. So it is nothing but which is W equal to F into A. That is nothing but force which is acting towards the earth. In the same manner, weight of an object on the moon is nothing but it is the gravitational force which is exerted towards the moon. And that is nothing but W equal to mass of that object into the acceleration due to gravity on the moon. In the same manner, the weight of the object on the earth is nothing but it is the mass of that object into the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. That is nothing but G. So those things we discussed in the last class. In today's class, we are going to discuss some numericals. After that, we are directly going to solve the exercise questions. Same your syllabus is reduced for the 9th as well as 10th. So in the 9th class, in this topic there is nothing but gravitation. It is there up to mass and weight. So the beyond C, the other forces which are going to discuss beyond C, thrust is not there in your syllabus. For that reason, we are not going to discuss those things. Up to this topic, up to the mass and weight of the object on the earth and weight of the object on the moon. At that point, it is the final point of your topic. So let us consider example 10.4 which is given in your textbook. Right. So what is given here? Mass of an object is 10 kg. What is its weight on earth? Mass of an object is 10 kg. What is its weight on the earth? So first they have to write down the given data. So what they are given here? They are given the mass of the object. Mass of the object, which is nothing but M is equal to how much? 10 kg. M is equal to 10 kg. In the same manner, if you remember what is weight here, weight is nothing but it is the gravitational force which is acting towards the earth. Which is the gravitational force which is acting towards the earth. If the gravitational force acting towards the earth, we should consider the acceleration due to gravity on that object. So here we are going to take a acceleration due to gravity, which is a constant value. Acceleration due to gravity, which is equal to G, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square or 9.81 meter per second square. So weight is equal to weight of that object is equal to question mark. Weight of the object, that is nothing but W equal to question mark. So what is the formula for the W? That is nothing but W is equal to M into G. Since whatever the weight is there, it is nothing but it is the gravitational force which is acting towards the earth. So F is equal to M into G. Instead of F, I am going to take W. So therefore W is equal to M into G. If G is equal to what is the value of M here? It is given in the problem statement 10 into what is the value of G here? It is 9.8. So 10 into 9.8 is equal to how much? It is equal to 98 newtons. Therefore, weight of the object is 98 newtons. Weight of the object is equal to how much? It is 98 newtons. So this is example 10.4. Now let us consider example 10.5. An object weighs 10 Newton when measured on the surface of the earth. What would be the its weight when it is measured on the surface of the moon? Here in the problem statement, they are given an object weighs 10 Newton when measured on the surface of the earth. What would be its weight when it is measured on the surface of the moon? So we already discussed about the difference between the weights of the object on the earth as well as object on the moon by solving a numerical, so solving a expression. So by using that expression, we are going to identify the weight of this object on the surface of the moon. So let us take in the given data. So weight of the object on the surface of Earth. Let this be the WE, which is equal to how much? Which is given as 10 newtons. So next what you have to calculate? We have to calculate weight of the object. We have to calculate weight of the object on surface of the moon. On surface of the moon, that is nothing but WM. That is equal to question mark. Right? So we already know that weight of the object of the surface of the moon is nothing but WM is equal to 1 by 6 into WE. So the weight of the object on the moon is 6 times less than the weight of the object on the surface of the Earth. So therefore WM is equal to 1 divided by 6 into WE, or WE equal to 6 WM. Therefore WM is equal to 1 divided by 6 into 10, which is equal to 2 3s are 2 5s are 3 1s are 3 1s are 0.23 6 are, that is equal to 1.67 Newton. Therefore WM is equal to 1.67 newtons. Therefore the weight of the object on the surface of the moon, weight of the object on the surface of the moon is 1.67 newtons. It is equal to how much? It is equal to 1.67 newton. So this is the answer for the example number 10.5. Right? Here your chapter is completed. Next we are going to see about the exercise questions. So let us consider the exercise questions. So the first exercise question in your topic is, how does the force of gravitation between two objects change when the distance between them reduces to half? How does the force of gravitation between two objects change when the distance between them reduces to half? So here what they are given here? They are given the two objects, A object and the B object. So let us see the distance between them. Their center is D. So what is happening here? The distance between the centers of those both objects is reduced to half. It is getting reduced to half. Let this be again A and B. The distance whatever present here is becoming half of that value, so which is becoming D by 2. So what will happen? If the distance is reduced to half, what will happen to the force of attraction between both the objects? So we already know by the universal law of gravitation. The universal law of gravitation, what it states, F is directly proportional to the product of the masses of both the objects, and F is inversely proportional to the 1 by d square. F is inversely proportional to the 1 by d square. So if we check here, what is happening here? The amount of d is reducing or increasing? Amount of d is decreasing by 2 times. So instead of d we can write 1 divided by d divided by 2 whole bracket square. Right? So d is decreasing, so that we can write it as f directly proportional to the 1 divided by d divided by 2 whole bracket square. So it is equal to 1 divided by d square divided by 4. So denominator of the denominator becomes numerator of the denominator. So it will become this 4 divided by d square. It will become 4 divided by d square. So f is equal to, so what is the value of 1 by d square here? It is nothing but f. So what is happening here? It is becoming 4f. So let this be the original f1 and this will be the f2. So that f2 becomes 4f1. So by taking universal law of gravitation, if the distance becoming half, the magnitude of the force of the gravitation is becoming 4 times. It is becoming 4 times. So the answer for the first question is the force of gravitation between the two objects becoming 4 times when the distance between the both the objects is reduced to half. Reduced to half. So the magnitude of the force. So the magnitude of the force is increased by 4 times. Is increased by 4 times. Since the force of gravitation is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the object. If the square of the distance between the object is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the object, if the distance between the object is reducing to the half, that means the square will be d by 4. So it is increasing by the 4 times. So the magnitude of the gravitational force is increased by how many times? By 4 times. So this is the answer for the first question. There is no need to solve these things. Just remember f is inversely proportional to the 1 by t square. If it is becoming d by 2, it is reducing 2 times, then its square will be 4 times. That means it is going to increase by 4 times. In the statement you have to write. For the understanding purpose, I am solving this type of question. So just you have to write this thing. So this is the answer for the first question. Now let us consider the second question here. Gravitation force acts on all objects in proportion to their masses. Why then object does not fall? Why then a heavy object? Why then a heavy object does not fall faster than a light object? Here in the second question, gravitation force acts on all objects in proportion to their masses. Why then heavy object does not fall faster than light object? Heavy object does not fall faster than the light object. If you remember, the acceleration due to gravity, that is nothing but a gravitational force or acceleration due to gravity, it is independent of the masses. It is independent of the masses. If it is independent of the masses, then both the object, that is nothing but heavy object and the light objects are going to fall together. If there is no external factor is present, that is nothing but if there is no air resistance is present. If there is air resistance is present, it is going to oppose the acceleration of the falling objects. If the object is light, it is going to fall slowly. If the object is heavy, it is going to fall fastly. It is due to the air resistance. It is not due to the acceleration due to gravity or gravitational force. So if you take heavy object and light object both together in a vacuum, both are going to fall with same rate and they are going to reach the ground with same time. At the same time. If there is an external factor, that is nothing but air resistance came, then only that those things are going to fall with different speeds. Light objects are going to fall slowly and the heavy objects are going to fall fastly. It is due to the air resistance, it is not due to the gravitational force. In the sense of the gravitational force, both the objects are going to fall with the same time, with the same rate. So this is about the second question. Now let us consider third exercise question. What is the magnitude of the gravitational force between the Earth and 1 kg object on its surface? So mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg and radius of the Earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters. So in the problem statement they are given, they ask here what is the magnitude of the gravitational force between the Earth and 1 kg object on its surface if the mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg and the radius of the Earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters. So in the problem statement what they are given the Earth. They are given the Earth. On the Earth there is an object which having the mass of 1 kg. Having the mass of 1 kg. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the magnitude of the force which is acting towards the Earth, acting on the it is acted by the Earth on the 1 kg object. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the force here. So in this problem statement they are given the radius of the Earth as 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters. as well as we are given the weight of this or mass of the earth, which is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. So this body, that is nothing but earth, is going to exert a force on this object. So we have to calculate the magnitude of that force which is exerted by the earth on that object which is having a mass of 1 kg. So first we have to write down the given data. So the mass of the object. So the mass of the object, that is m is equal to how much? M is equal to 1 kg. Then mass of the earth, which is given in the problem statement, which is capital M is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Then what they are given? They are given the distance between the object and the center of the earth. That is nothing but, I told you while calculating the mass in the previous class, if the object is nearer to the surface of the earth, we are going to take the distance between the earth and the surface, earth and the object as negligible. For that reason, directly we are taking that thing as the radius of the earth. So whatever the distance between the object and the earth is nothing but it is equal to the radius of the earth only. So here we are going to take the distance between the object and the earth as nothing but radius of the earth. So radius of the earth, which is equal to r, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters. 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters. So we are going to calculate that magnitude of the force by using the universal law of gravitation. For that reason, we know the value of G. That is nothing but universal gravitation constant. Universal gravitation constant. So its value is how much? It is nothing but G is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to, you can take as 6.667 or it directly you can take 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Newton meter square per kg square. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the force. Therefore, magnitude of the force, that is nothing but capital F is equal to quotient mark. Capital is equal to F is equal to quotient mark. So we know that by universal law of gravitation, that is nothing but F is equal to G in the bracket capital M into small m divided by R square. By using this formula, we are going to calculate what? We are going to calculate the magnitude of the force acting between the earth and the object. Therefore, F is equal to, what is the value of G here? It is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into what is the value of M here? It is 6.6 into 10 raised to 24. 6 into 10 raised to 24 into what is the value of small m here, which is equal to 1 kg. So it is equal to 1 divided by what is the value of R here, that is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6. It is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 whole bracket square. So it is equal to 6.67. So we are going to write it as 667 into, if we are taking two decimal points, that means we have to increase the minus value by 2. So it will become 10 raised to minus 13 into 6 into 10 raised to 24. Since 1 means anything is equal to same value. So divided by, I am going to take 10 64 into, I am going to take 10 from this value so that it becomes 64 into 10 raised to 5 whole bracket square. So it is equal to 667 into 6 into 10 raised to 11. Since 10 raised to minus 13, it will become a raised to m into a raised to n. It is going to become minus 13 plus 24 equal to 11. So whole divided by 64 is nothing but square root of 64 is 4096 into 10 raised to 5 square is nothing but 10 raised to 10. So it is equal to 667 into 6 into 10 raised to 11. So I am going to write multiply this 667 into the 6. So 6 7 are 42, 6 6 are 36, 14 40 and it is 4002 divided by 4096 into 10 raised to 11 minus 10. So a raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. So minus 10 is going to come there. So it is equal to 0.981 into 10 raised to 11 minus 10 is equal to how much? It is equal to 10 raised to 1. So it is equal to 9.81 newtons. So the force equal to how much? It is equal to 9.81 newtons. Therefore the force, the magnitude of the gravitational force between the earth and 1 kg object is equal to how much? It is equal to 9.81 newtons. It is equal to how much? It is equal to 9.81 newtons. So at last write down the conclusion. So the magnitude of the force between the earth and the 1 kg object is 9.81 newtons. 9.81 newtons. So this is the answer for the main question number 3. Right. Now let us consider the fourth question. The earth and the moon are attracted to each other by gravitation force. Does earth attract the moon with a force that is greater or smaller or same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth, and why? So in the problem statement is given, the earth and the moon are attracted to each other by a gravitational force. If you take here the question number 4, this is the moon and this is the earth, and they attracted each other by a gravitational force. So the moon is going to attract the earth by m. In the same manner, the earth is going to attract moon by a force known as Fe. So what they asked here, the earth and the moon are attracted to each other by a gravitational force. Does earth attract the moon with a force that is greater or smaller or same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth, and why? So directly by using the formula we are going to calculate that thing. After that thing we are going to say why it is attracting with different force or same force. So in the problem statement what they asked is Fm is greater than or Fe, or Fm is lesser than Fe, or Fm is equal to Fe. That is nothing but is the force of gravitation of earth is less than the force of gravitation of moon, or force of the gravitation by the earth is greater than the force of the gravitation which is exerted by the moon, or both the forces are equal. So in these three conditions we have to tell which condition satisfies this answer. So let us take the distance between the moon and earth with the d. Write the distance between the moon and the earth with the d. And mass of the moon will be the m into m, and mass of the earth will be m into e. Right? Those are two objects which have the masses. So the mass of the moon let it be the mm, and mass of the earth let it be the me. And the force of attraction between moon to the force of gravitation which is exerted by the moon on earth will be the Fm, and the force of gravitation which is exerted by the earth on the moon will be the F into Fe. Right? What we have to calculate here, we have to calculate both the things and we have to analyze which thing is greater and which thing is smaller. So let us consider first Fm. So Fm is equal to, by the law of gravitation, universal law of gravitation, that is nothing but G in the bracket m into me divided by d, or divided by d square. So by the law of gravitation, force, magnitude of the force is equal to universal constant, gravitation constant into mass of both the objects. that is nothing but product of the masses of the both the object. Therefore, m into m, that is mass of the moon, me, that is nothing but mass of the earth, divided by distance between them is nothing but what? It is d square only. Next, consider the second equation, that is nothing but force exerted by the earth on the moon. Again, it is going to give g into mass of the earth m into e, mass of the moon m into m, divided by distance between the both the things is equal to d square. If we take this as 2, equation number 2, when you compare both the equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2, therefore if you compare equation number 1 and equation number 2, there is nothing but Fm is equal to Fc. Fm is equal to Fe. See here, Z is there, G is there, MM is there, here also MM is there, ME is there, ME is there, D square is there, D square is there. So Fm, the magnitude of the Fm is equal to the magnitude of the Fe. That is nothing but the force exerted by the moon is equal to the force exerted by the earth. So the Fm is equal to Fe. So come to the question again. What is the question here? The earth and the moon are attracted to each other by gravitational force. Does the earth attract the moon with a force that is greater or smaller or same force? By solution we can say that the earth attracts the moon with a force which is same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth. So the magnitude of the force of the gravitation of the earth as well as the gravitation of the moon is equal to the same. That is nothing but Fm is equal to Fe. So why it is same? See here. Since the masses of the body or objects is same only, and the difference between or the distance between the moon and earth is same, because of that thing, whatever the gravitational force which is going to exert by the earth on the moon is same as the moon is going to exert the force on the earth. So both the magnitudes are same only. Both the magnitudes are same only. So this is the answer for the question number 4. So next, consider the fifth question here. So what is the fifth question here? If the moon attracts the earth, why does not earth move towards the moon? If the moon attracts the earth, why does the earth doesn't move towards the moon? See here, you already know that the magnitude of the gravitational force of the earth as well as the magnitude of the gravitational force of the moon both are same. Both are same. Because of that, moon is revolving around the earth. So why not the earth is not moving towards the moon if there is a same gravitational force is exerted by the moon on the earth? Why it is not possible? Why it is not moving? Why it is not moving? So if you remember by the Newton's second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, that is nothing but what? F is equal to m into a. Therefore, a is equal to what? That is nothing but F divided by m. F divided by m. So it is can be given as acceleration of the any object, that is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. In this case, we are going to take is inversely proportional to the mass. It is inversely proportional to the what? It is inversely proportional to the mass. If there is more mass, then acceleration will be less. If there is less mass, then the acceleration will be more. We already know by the Newton's second law of motion. See here, if we compare the masses of the earth to the mass of the moon, mass of the earth to the mass of the moon, mass of the earth is very higher, is greater than the mass of the moon. If you compare the mass of the earth to the mass of the moon, mass of the earth compared to the mass of the moon is very high. In the same manner, mass of the moon when compared to the mass of the earth, it is very small. It is very smaller, and it will be negligible. So if it is very smaller, by this condition, acceleration of the earth will be less. Since mass of the earth is larger, by this condition, acceleration of the earth will be very less. In the same manner, mass of the moon is smaller, then that means acceleration of that thing will be higher. If that acceleration is very minute, very low, we can neglect it. If you are going to neglect it, because of that thing, the earth is not going to move towards the moon. since its acceleration is less, since its mass compared to the moon is very high. It is very high. Because of that thing, moon revolves around the earth, but earth not move towards the Mars, not moves towards the moon. In the same manner, you have to give the answer for the why doesn't sun move towards the earth, but earth revolves around the sun. See, in same manner, whatever we have discussed here, in the same manner, we have to give the answer for that question also. So this is the question number 5. Answer for the question number 5. In the next class, we are going to discuss further questions. Up to that point, thank you. Take care. Stay well. Stay home.